Hello. Hello. Hey, y'all. I'll give it a second. Let people come on in. Hey, sis. Oh, hey. Oh, my people coming in. Hey, y'all. Look at that. A few minutes and I'll get started. Hi. Hey, y'all. So I'm gonna be fast because I'm hungry. So I was supposed to be on with my good friend Tanya of the situationship, but she is not feeling that great today, and so she had to bow out. So it's gonna be me. But either way, we gonna talk about what we gonna talk about, cause my song comes out tomorrow. My song actually comes out tomorrow, and I'm really, I would say excited, but nervous is probably a better word for it. I'm quite nervous. This is my first song that I did everything. I did the writing and the producing and the mixing and all of that good stuff. And it tore me up. It beat me down. This song beat me down. It's the first one in a very long time. And but it's also the first one that I had to kind of fight through all of the problems on my own without anybody to help. And so that meant that you just gotta roll with it. But it was definitely a interesting process. So last year I started doing music openly. Well, I was already kind of doing music, but I was doing like quiet writing. I actually recorded a full project. I started recording it in 2020, and I had to do it in bits and pieces. And while I was going through and doing that recording, I was going through a divorce and all of that stuff. And it was just like my healing was happening while I was making that particular project. And time went on, and I love the songs. They're there, and I'll probably work on them again eventually. But I ended up just saying, you know what? It's time to let it go. Let go of the reins and actually just see where it will take you if you decide to just go record a song and then put it out. And so I started working on Better with Bam. I started working on Better with Bam. And we got Better done, and I put that out last year. And I put that one out first because it was, kind of like that first step back into actively putting out new songs versus just kind of pushing the old things. And I did a re-release of an old project. I did all of those, kind of just those old pieces, those old songs. And I've been pushing those a little bit just to make certain that everything stay active and all of that. And then I put out Better. And in the middle of that, I realized that I had this other song that was done. And it kind of got me on this go release music. Just go and release the music. And so that's what I ended up doing. So I released Better in like October. And then November, I released Selfish with Labbox. I ended up releasing Selfish. And then I went quiet for a little bit. Number one, the holidays, because it's Christmas. And I wanted some time to go and enjoy my Christmas. But the reason why I went quiet is because I had been talking to Bam about getting back into the skills that I actually have not been using, which is, most folks don't know that I'm an audio engineer. I went to school for audio engineering. I went to school for vocal performance first. And then after that, I went to school for audio engineering, and I just didn't use it. And so I had been recording other people, and I would quietly record my own demos. So when people would be like, oh, I need a hook for something, or can you do X, Y, and Z, I could just, record that. But I didn't actually actively use all this skill and training that I had paid for with doing my own music and putting it out. And so Bam fussed at me for that, because, girl, what are you doing? You have an entire setup. You got a whole studio. You got everything that you could possibly need in order to do music, and you're not doing it. And so I decided that I was going to go ahead and start. And so I started with producing. I had produced before, but I just didn't like the tediousness. Some parts of it felt tedious to me when I first tried it. And at that point, undiagnosed ADHD. Now I get it. I understand. I didn't get it then, but I get it now. But I ended up going back into production. And so that was the first fight, right? Is actually getting myself to the point where I can learn the system, because I knew nothing about FL Studio. I had a walkthrough by a lab in like 2020, and then I never looked at it again. I didn't look at it once. Didn't make a single track, not one dink dink on the keys at all. And so I ended up deciding that I was going to learn how to do the production for real, like actually take my time and learn how to do production. And so all of November into December was me just fighting with FL Studio and figuring out, like, from actual bare bones, how does this work? How do I make the track? How do I get my drums to sit where they need to? How do I actually copy and paste? Like, I mean, actual bare bones, know nothing about the system type of learning by myself. Okay. Me and YouTube and Google was ace boon coon. And so I ended up doing that. And in the meantime, while I really started like working through learning how to put those songs together, I was writing. And I actually I grew up as a engineer, right? Grew up with Pro Tools. And so I knew Pro Tools. Like, that was kind of a crutch for me, is that I knew everything about being able to record in Pro Tools. I got books. If I don't know what it is, I got Pro Tools books, because I went to school for it. And so I'm certified. But then I stopped using Pro Tools, right? Because if you're going to start pushing music, anybody that's done music knows it ain't a cheap hobby. It's not a cheap thing you can do. You got to make decisions about your money a lot when it comes to doing music. And so I started being in a place of like, I have to do what is financially responsible. So I got enough money to market myself and get the right setup and get all these other things. And so I decided, let Pro Tools go, because I can technically record in FL Studio. So it just means that I have to learn it. And so it turned from figuring out how to make the tracks to fighting with how do I record myself in here. So I know like basics I know exactly how to record. If I'm in Pro Tools, I can do everything. I know my quick keys, I know all of that. But I thought in my head that FL Studio was kind of like a simple system, and it's not. It's really like a monster. I've actually been converted. Like, I think I actually like FL Studio a little bit more than I like Pro Tools. I'm much more comfortable there, but I think I like it. Don't say nothing to nobody, but I think I actually like FL Studio more. But it just has so much. It just is like a monster of a system. And so I ended up fighting through to figure out how to record, and I actually put off mixing, because for the most part, like, I'm comfortable with production because I just have to hear it, right? I can hear it, I can kind of play through, I can figure it out. I'm comfortable with writing and recording myself. Never been an issue for me. I can get that stuff done. But mixing and mastering, I have not used that skill since I basically stepped out of school, which would have been like, 2014, last time I actually like sat in front of a board and recorded somebody else or mixed or mastered their stuff. And so I've kind of taken the easy way out, and I've gotten comfortable with, you go to the studio and let somebody else do it. I just do the easy part for me. I just knock out my part, do my little harmonies and my backs, and record everything, and I get up out of there and leave the hard part to the other people. And so I actually procrastinated the vast majority of December with doing the song. And then all that procrastination came and bit me in my butt, because my system had to tell me, when I did decide to start mixing, that she was old and her knees was bad. And then my mic decided to tell me that he was old and his knees was bad. And so I ended up like right at the point of being like, I have to rush and get this done, and I have to fight through every system issue I possibly can have. So I ended up having to get a new mic because my old one died on me. I gotta be real careful with the system because it doesn't like, a lot of heavy plug-ins. So I actually have to use my ear and just use what you got, because I refuse to fake it. Like what is it? Like quit. I just refuse to like quit and just be like, Bam, can you just mix this? Or Lab, can you just mix this? Or Joey, I just need to go ahead and have this mix. So it ended up really like challenging me a lot to try and get through the initial, I gotta mix it and just do what it is. But I have definitely come to a new level of comfort with just being okay with where I am. And if you all haven't seen my posts, there's a couple of folks in here that have come in here that probably are following me already. But there was a write-up. I just did a interview recently, and it talked about my mantra that got me through to even record this song and finish it in the first place is progress over perfection. And so this song is a lot of like scary stuff for me, because I'm choosing to kind of show up where my skill is versus it being like I'm gonna show up perfect, and trying to show up as a perfect artist, and all the music always sounds perfect, and you always look a certain way, and all of those things. Showing up that way is exhausting, and it's not authentic. And I do not want to do either one of those things. I don't want to be exhausted, and I don't want to be inauthentic. And so putting this song out where it's like, this shows just where I'm at right now. This is where I am, and I'm comfortable with it, but I refuse to let the idea of everything has to be perfect and you have to be ready to go and put out this music. People putting out music completely unmixed. They just recording it on their phone and they posting it up, right? And I've been sitting on albums, literal albums, not like people be saying I got albums. Like, I have been actually sitting on albums. I can't tell you how much music is on just this computer, just this hard drive, let alone music that has sat with other producers where it's sitting in their sessions, and I just never put it out because in my mind I wasn't ready. I don't know if it's the right sound. I'm not certain whether or not it matches with what I want to portray. Like, at this point, exactly. Come up off the damn music. That's it. That's exactly what it is. I'm at the point of being like, it's just what it is. Y'all gonna get the song, whatever the song is, that's the song that you gonna get. And so this is the first one that's like, you get what you get and you don't pitch a fit. That's this one. That's this first one. So I'm really excited about being able to put this out. Just not just because I think it's a cool song. I really like it. It is a authentic song. And I haven't actually posted a lot about the actual like storyline, but this song, Sorry, is actually about picking a fight just to make up. That's what the song is about. I'm going to cause you to be mad just to make up. And that's basically what this track is. But this song in general, that's funny. A whole album to drive to. It's not off key. Not sing off key. Okay, I got you. We'll make certain you got it. But like this one, this is the one where it's like I'm releasing it. It's authentic to me. It's real to me. I like the song. I do feel like it's a good song, but also putting it out puts me in a very uncomfortable, uncharted place. And being in that place where it's like super uncomfortable, where I'm not showing up as the most polished version of myself or the most polished, all put together perfection type of thing is, it's challenging for me. But if I just keep in mind, not petty, it is actually some stuff I would do. That's why I wrote it. I wrote it because it's real. It's authentic. Okay. Definitely with the fight starting for no reason. But yeah, like I'm in a place now where I'm putting that music out. This song, I feel like is great. And I got C Lacey on it. He was really nice, and we had all kind of like scheduling conflicts, and the snowstorm came in during that time, like with all the ice and everything. We were like, every time we were set to record, something would happen. So the first time we were set to record, my mic died, and I had to go and get another mic. I was not happy about that. And then I think like the second time we were supposed to record, the snowstorm came through. Wonderful. But we finally got it. Okay. Third time was a charm. And we finally got it together, and he was able to get in on the song and just kind of add his own flavor of, vibe with the song and everything. So I was really grateful. I'm really grateful that he was able to jump in and help me out on this one. And have his ear involved in everything. So I'm really excited. It's one more day. It's going to come out technically midnight. I think tonight it'll show up and as available, but it's one more day. And I'm really excited about it. I'm super excited. I am. I think it's going to be really good, and I'm excited for the new stuff. I actually have 1, 2, 3 songs. I was working on one of them earlier today, and it stressed me out, and I walked away from the computer. But I got a couple more songs that are sitting, that I am either working on production or working on the vocals. And we're just gonna keep putting out music. We're just gonna keep putting out music this year, and kind of flooding my own sensibilities to be able to just get comfortable with release the music. You finish the song, you record the song, you mix it, release the music, and just let it go out. Let people make their decision about whether or not they like it, and you just concern yourself with putting the music out. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing this little fun year. I think it's pretty good. I think we going good. We done started off with a bang. February, I got a song out. That means I got one that first quarter. And we'll see how quickly I can get these next 2 out to y'all. So they got a little bit of room to breathe. Y'all can kind of hear the music, and hopefully we see a little bit of a progression with, my production and my mixing and everything else, my sound, so that it feels really authentic to me. It'll actually be that first time that like it's me. It really is me showing up and doing these songs. I'm really excited about it. I'm trying to think. There was something else that I was supposed to go through. I did a podcast with Mike Lowry. It's supposed to be coming out about a crush somebody had on funny. No, not today. I do have a song about a crush, though. I do actually have a song about a crush. The one that was stressing me out earlier that I ended up just turning it off and walking away. That one is actually about a crush. So there is a song or 2 coming about crushes in general. The idea of crushes. Maybe not anybody in particular. But yeah, I did a podcast. I was able to do that little interview and podcast with Mike. It was really great, and he had some really great questions, and that comes out on Monday. That's going to be on YouTube, I believe, is where it's going to be posted to be able to see the whole thing. But next week I'll be posting some different clips and everything so that folks can, hey Paul, hey, so that folks can actually watch that interview, because it's one of the first interviews that I've done more recently, and kind of talked about this journey that I've been going through with making the music. And I talk about a little bit more in depth about Sorry, and putting that song together, and all of the fight and all the stuff that kind of has gone on over the past few years. And we talked about when I first got signed to Hits Committee, to my management deal for Hits Committee, when I first really started doing music, and when my family had a come to Jesus talk and told me that I had to quit doing music because it wasn't gospel. I talked about all of that. We got to talk about all of that stuff. And so it's a really good interview. I had a really good time doing it. So I'm excited. So I'll be sharing a lot of like clips and stuff like that over the definitely next week. But probably, for the next couple of weeks, I'll be sharing different clips from that little situation, that little setup. Yeah, but I got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm really excited. I'm looking to connect with my folks a lot more, because I've kind of been one of those artists that's like, you hear my music, but I don't ever really talk to my folks. And like, I had this crazy growth of this page that just randomly happened last year. Like, I know it was intentional, right? Like, I was working to have the page grow, but the way that it grew was far beyond it's actually double what my initial goal was. I had a goal to reach 10K by the end of last year, and I'm at 23K, right? And I feel like if I hadn't stopped and taken that bit of a break in order to get more into this music up here and the systems and learning everything, it probably would have, moved a little bit more, a little further. But I just really felt like doing this and focusing in on learn the systems and get comfortable with putting that music out, because it's time for you to put music out. So I did take a little bit of a sacrifice on that, but the growth is just crazy. Like, going from literally 3,000 followers to 22,000 followers in a matter of just months is insane, right? And like, I think one of the things that it really... am I rapping on this one? No. I'm not rapping on this song. I'll be doing some other rap songs though. I do have some rap stuff that's coming. I'm going to be working on that stuff. I got to make the tracks too. So I'm kind of going with how I'm making them. And I've been really in some R&B, like the R&B singing stuff has really been on it. But I do have one track that I feel like might end up being a rap thing. But previously, I would do the singing project and then I would do a rap project right after. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep that going. We're gonna see how that goes. I might end up keeping that flow so I can kind of focus in, because it's a different like style of writing for me, because the rap version that girl is a little something different. that's a little them songs be a little different. The Detroit definitely comes out. But the R&B is more, lovey, and, it's all soft and nice, and I be talking nice to people. That rap one don't be talking nice, but we gonna see how that goes. We gonna see how that goes. But yeah, I'll definitely be still doing rap. Hey, Sinner. But yeah, I'll definitely still be doing rap. I'm basing it off of my production though right now. So whatever it is that I come up with, in my time, because my that's what I was talking about, the growth that I had like this past year. I started at like yeah, we like her. I started with 3,000 followers in like March, and by the end of the year it went to 22K. And one of the things that I was actually able to see, because like a lot of times I feel like the algorithm, it doesn't really show you that much. Like, you don't actually see a lot of the people that you follow, which is kind of crazy. Like, you have to really like engage with their stuff a lot to be able to see them. So I feel like while I got a lot of people, they don't necessarily all see my stuff. They don't actually see all of my posts, or, you know, certain types of posts from me don't necessarily get pushed. But I could tell in my stories, and my story went from, like, you know, it'd be like 100 people that see it to now it's like 500 people. I post a story, it's like 500 folks on there. I'm like, who are these people? And I realized I don't have the 3,000 followers that I used to have. I have 22,000 now. And so the only other thing that I'm fighting with is a little bit of a challenge, other than putting music out, that I've actually done something myself, is being able to kind of make that differentiation between the folks that are on my page, because I just be making real wild, reckless jokes, and the people that actually like to hear my music, right? They want to hear my music. And so being able to have like that happy medium between those two parts of what I do, because I love the jokes. I'm always going to crack jokes. That's me. That is authentic. I'm definitely going to be the person saying some funny stuff. But like that sort of thing, and then combining that in with the fact of, like, I make music and I want people to hear my music and listen to my music and be able to enjoy the music that, you know, that I make, and that I'm actually engaging with the people that really do like my songs, you know, right? Like my music. So that's a little bit of a challenge. I'm doing what I can, making certain that I'm making a intentional effort to actually connect with the people that are trying to connect with me. And I haven't done that because I didn't want to show up and not be perfect. And so now it's like, you know what? You just gonna get what you get. I'm just gonna show up however it is that I show up, and we just gonna be okay with that. So that's really what it is. I'm super excited though. Like, the next couple of months is gonna be amazing, but just having this song out, and kind of releasing it, even within the discomfort of, it might not be perfect, but you did the thing, you did the whole thing. You get to kind of share that with the world and just show up as yourself. That is a big deal. I'm really excited about it. And then I got the new website. I was able to go through and do a relaunch of the website, and got interviews and all kind of stuff going. It's a really, really exciting time. Really exciting time. This year feels different to me. Well, this whole push of me doing music feels very different than the other times that I've done it. And I've had so many start and stops with my music where, like, you almost get to that point. Like, you're almost there. You get signed, you get the songs, you get to recording, you get them put, you know, you get ready to get it put out, and then everything drops. The other shoe drops, right? Or you get in there, you start getting a little bit of a, you know, following behind, you start getting the shows and the interviews and everything else, and then it drops again. It's just been a lot of the stop and starts for me over the years, which has been very discouraging. Like, people probably have noticed it. Like, I'll start doing music and then it's heavy, and then something happens and it's downhill. And I had to, like, fight through all of those things that really felt like I'll almost get there. I'm almost there. Like, I almost got it that time. I almost got it that time. And this time, I think being able to say that I technically do not have to rely on other people to be able to do my music anymore, makes it different for me, because now I get to just choose to work with other people and do my music. I get to choose it because I want their energy, or, you know, I really just want to work with them. Like, I just get to enjoy the time to just create with other people versus I need them so that I can put music out. That's a horrible place to be in, and it does not help if you're relying on other folks. And with the amount of technology that we have now, like, artists don't have to rely. Like, you don't have to rely. If you just take a little bit of time, a lot of frustration and effort, you can probably go through. And thank you. Yeah, you could go through and figure it out and do what it is that needs to be done to be able to put your music out yourself. You can get your own distribution. Technically, you can distribute yourself. You know how to go through and do it. You could do your own production. You can do your own recording. You could do your own marketing, right? It's going to take you a little bit more money than if you got somebody else in there investing. But you absolutely can do it. You can do it on your own, right? It's going to take a lot of sacrifice. And like with putting this song out, because I have some other ventures that I'm working on as well, that are separate from my music, that I do that purposefully, right? That I keep those, very separate. But it meant that my days to get everything done, like my schedule was insane. So like since December, since the beginning of December, it's been 9 o'clock in the morning until my actual schedule has been 9 a.m. until 2 a.m. And that's with parenting and everything else. So I get up and I drop off the little one to school, and I normally get back about 8:30ish, something like that. 9 o'clock I'm working, right? I'm doing the other stuff, the daytime ventures, right? I do that until the end of my workday, do parenting right in the middle, and then all the hours between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. I do music every day. And so my level of sleep, I know it's insane. So it's actually, what's so crazy is that I got used to that schedule of like, work 9 a.m., get done with it, go pick up the little one, parent for a little bit, and then 10 p.m. I sit. That's why I'm normally online like super late. Y'all will see me. Anybody that like messages me and stuff regularly, I'm normally the one that's sending, reels at 2 o'clock in the morning. I literally am, it's because I'm up right here, sitting in front of here. But I've been doing it for so long now. It's been like 2 months. I did it all of December, all of January. But yeah, I was doing it so long that like now that this song is done and I don't have like any time crunches, like being able to just go and sit down, I don't know what to do with myself. So I've just been like working on daytime ventures at night because I've gotten used to the 10 o'clock to 2 a.m. work time. And so I'm now getting back into, okay, my daytime ventures, I work on that. And then in the evening, I don't go all the way until 2. So I've been doing that for maybe about 4 or 5 days now, maybe 4 or 5 days, where it hasn't been 2 a.m. is my cutoff for work time with music. So we're going to see if I'm able to stop myself from being back in here from 10 to 2 a.m. But it did get me this song. It got me through getting this one done. The next one, if I work on it in a little longer, more intentional time, I might not have to be up all night trying to get it done by a deadline, because I wanted to have this song out for Valentine's Day. I needed to have it out for Valentine's Day, and so it meant that I didn't give myself any rest. But I'll have rest. I got rest now. I got time now, at least for a little bit, until I get into that same mode, because the next song will be due. It'll be time for me to start doing the same thing. But yeah, so it's been... it's so funny that you said that. I literally was saying that once I get done with this, I'm going to go eat, because I haven't eaten since this morning. I probably need to eat some food. But yeah, I'm definitely going to, once I get done with this, I'm going to go and eat some dinner. I don't know what I'm going to eat yet, but I know I'm going to eat something. Something going to happen. I'm going to go figure it out. But yeah, I'm excited. It's a really, really exciting time. And this song coming out, just a couple hours. I'm so excited. It'll be out and available tomorrow. And I'll be posting more with the actual lyrics of the song after tomorrow. And yeah, it'll be a lot more content. And I'll probably do a lot more live and be on here and chatting with y'all. And I might actually go live on Twitch so I can play The Sims, because I love it. And so I might fool around and just go ahead and hop on Twitch. And not the Frosted Flakes. I might do that though. I might end up going and hopping on Twitch and maybe playing The Sims, and while I play The Sims, maybe play some of my music that I haven't released or something. Eventually, I don't know how people be so comfortable with recording their songs on live, because I always feel like people will take it. So I don't ever like record while I'm writing the songs, or like actually recording the songs. I don't normally go live, but it's so many people that do that. So I guess they just feel like, whatever, people will like it. So I might think about doing that. That might be something that I start doing next, is when I go in and do production and stuff, I'll go live or something. We'll think about it. I'll think about it. We'll see. Okay, I'm past my time. I was only supposed to be on here till 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. I'm 8 minutes late. Y'all got me chit-chatting and talking. So tomorrow, the song comes out. Sorry will be available everywhere. Streaming everywhere. You can get it if you go in and pre-save it now. That link is in my bio. But if you pre-save the song now, when you wake up tomorrow, you'll have a gift in your either Spotify or your Apple Music. But it'll be there. It'll be there. You'll be able to just get the song and listen to it. And I definitely appreciate any feedback that you all have. Be nice. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my... Okay. But I definitely appreciate any feedback that y'all have, or, any parts that you thought were funny, whatever the case may be. I definitely would appreciate hearing your feedback about the song. And yeah, I'm excited. It's coming out tomorrow, and it's just one of many that you'll get this year from me. You'll be seeing me a lot more online, and I'll be doing a lot more interviews, and I don't know, we'll think about shows. I ain't worked myself up into shows again. I remember those times of doing shows and 2 and 3 a week and everything else, and the thought of that makes me want to go take a nap. It definitely makes me want to go take a nap. So that may not happen, but this year. But we gonna see. Never say never. Okay, but we'll see. Shows may end up being in the cards, but at least for now, definitely I'll be a lot more on here, on live and probably on Twitch. But I'll be doing like game stuff over there, more than likely. But I'll be on Twitch and just getting to know y'all. I want to know y'all just like y'all get to know me. And I want the music to feel authentic to me. And, I want it to be something that y'all actually enjoy listening and vibing to. So I'm getting out of here. I'm going to see y'all later. I'll go live again. I'll definitely never got to see a show. Whew, child. Them days. Them days was a whole different thing. I don't know if these knees and ankles are stage ready anymore. We're going to have to see. I'm going to have to go and do some different workouts to be ready for the stage again. But we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to go get some food because I'm hungry. I ain't ate nothing. But love y'all. See you another time. Thank you so much for vibing with me for my little 30 minutes. And I'm glad that y'all stepped in. It's really good to be able to share my music and stuff with so many people, and, my jokes, because y'all definitely like the jokes, but I need y'all to start liking the music so we can work on that. That would be great. All right, y'all. Peace. See you later.